face is coming.
Good morning!
Ciao!
Hey, it's your old pal Ken and your old pal Stacy. And if we're together chatting, having some coffee, that can only mean one thing. We've got
Saturday morning fever.
When she swings down the street and I'm peering up the stars above. Everyone can say she made a monkey of me. She's my one and only love.
Hey, every Saturday morning, Stacy and I get together and we have cereal together.
It's lovely, right, buddy?
And not only is it lovely,
Perfect
but
way to start a Saturday.
it really is. And there's so many varieties. And so every week we try a new one, and then we let you know what we think. So let's find out what we have in store for us today. What culinary delight we have.
Bam!
Boom! Looks like caramel
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks. And I'll give you some Apple Jack facts while we're
Okay.
here. Why not? They were invented by a guy named William Thilly. He was a student at MIT at the time.
Oh,
And what happened is
local guy.
Kellogg's wanted someone from MIT on the research and development team. So they hired him as a paid intern, and they sweetened the deal by telling him that he could have his own cereal if he came on board.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't treat interns like that anymore.
No.
Maybe just at MIT.
But they were like, imagine if we have a guy from MIT on our team. Then any cereal that we have, they're gonna go,
It'll take off.
yeah. Well, they'll go, well, it's got to be good for you. Guy from MIT helped us make it. It's not gonna kill you.
I agree. I would buy it.
Right. So he grew up in a household with an apple orchard in the backyard.
I hate this guy.
Yeah, from MIT, and he was like, apples. That's where I'm going with this. So he invented Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks. Well, not a bad idea.
They came out in 1965. They were originally called Apple O's. Because they are Apple O's.
Yeah, they're O's.
Look at them, they're O's.
Have they always been O's or?
Back then they had they had a mascot which was just an apple with eyes. And
Classic.
He was named Apple Guy.
What was he not? Oh, because it was still O's. Where did the Jack come in? Okay.
And then they changed the name in 1971. It wasn't selling, and they were like, "What can we do to fix this?"
Because they kept saying MIT, MIT, and
Yeah.
people were like, "Shut up with that."
They were like, "There's got to be some way to fix this," and the way they decided to fix it was Apple O's, Apple Jacks.
Okay.
I don't know who Jack was. When I was a kid, the slogan was A is for Apple, J is for Jacks.
Cute for kids, for little kids.
It's not really a great slogan though.
It's really not a
doesn't
slogan
really-
at all.
In the 90s, it switched to we eat what we like, because the argument for decades is that they don't actually taste like apples.
Right. I've never thought that.
So in defiance in the 90s, we eat what
Classic
we like.
90s.
Right, rebels.
It seems to me something called Apple Jack should...
Tastes like apple.
Precisely.
Are they supposed to taste like apple?
Keep eating.
That isn't why we like them.
Enlighten me.
We just do. Yeah! Kellogg's Apple Jack cereal is part of this complete breakfast. We eat what we like.
All right.
I love it.
So that's a little information about Apple Jack's cereal and caramel. Now, we've mixed them both together. And
Look at the colors here. Let's take a look at this.
yeah, can you see those? Oh, look at those.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
It's like a bright orange.
I'm not sure.
Apple Jacks are orange and green or no?
I'm not sure that they're the color of apples nor caramel.
Right. What is the pink?
It's pink and then orange,
I guess it's...
neither of which make me feel like
Make sure you get one of each in
I
your
got one of
mouth
each.
for
I'm
the
going to put it in my
dry
mouth
run.
and see what happens.
It tastes like a Halloween drawer, like you have a crazy aunt and
Yeah.
she has a drawer of potpourri. That's what this tastes like in the dry run.
I feel good. So far I feel good about. This one I don't feel so bad that I'm going to have for a week
Really?
afterwards. Yeah. All right, so,
Let's do it.
by the way, how about smell? Scent?
I think it's an overwhelmingly artificial smell
Yeah.
of like caramel, but I don't really taste the caramel yet. So let's hope that
Does
that
caramel have a
changes.
smell?
Well, the artificial smell is exactly this. Don't you get a little potpourri smell?
What's your favorite thing with caramel? You're right. It does have a little grandmothery smell to it.
I love Snickers.
Yeah.
That's the best.
That's the best caramel delivery system, I think.
Of course. How could you go wrong?
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
How do you feel if you get a Milky Way instead?
Terrible.
Yeah.
I'd throw it right in the trash.
Me too. Right in the garbage can. The fucking Milky Way. Get out of here.
I mean, how are they still around?
All right, so here we go. Imagine always being second best. Never once being top of the game.
I couldn't imagine it.
I know you couldn't. You're always top of the game, bud.
Thanks, pal.
There we go. Let's have a little Apple Jacks.
Mmm.
If we are, if we're basing them on either apple or caramel, then I think we're in trouble. But if we're just basing this on cereal, whether it's good tasting cereal.
If this is supposed to taste like what it says it tastes like, it's totally missing the bar.
No way. But
it just tastes like
that's not to say it's bad.
Classic sugary cereal.
I don't think the MIT guy was involved in this particular.
He wouldn't have let this slide.
William Thilly.
I want to toilet paper that guy's house.
That's not a great name. Billy Thilly.
Oh my god.
That's the guy's name.
Poor guy. He's been bullied enough, but I'd like to bully him some more. Okay, I think it's slurp time, buddy.
Before we slurp, we should say what we felt about the actual cereal. Wait, don't slurp. Before we slurp, the actual cereal that we just had. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I mean, I thought it was delicious, but it doesn't taste anything like caramel or apples.
I feel exactly the same way. I thought it was great.
But I don't really need it to. Why should it?
I don't know. Good. I'm just wondering if...
I mean, there's like a faint taste of apple, I guess.
Do we have a truth in advertising issue?
Right. If we had one of those, I mean, if we were rating based on that, it would get a 0.
Right. Well, let's slurp and then we'll decide. Here we go.
Maybe it's all in the milk. Maybe it's all in the slurp.
Yeah, maybe. Here we go. That was a good slurp, right?
Yeah. I kind of tasted caramel in the slurp.
Did you taste caramel in the slurp?
I do.
I feel like I have an aftertaste of caramel.
Yeah.
That I didn't have.
But it's not too sweet?
That I didn't have it while I was eating it, but now I have a little caramel.
That's an interesting spin. Like, I mean, not everybody drinks the milk, so I guess you'll have to if you want to get all
It's almost like a magic trick. Like, they go, hey, you go caramel apple doesn't taste like caramel, and then they go, just wait.
We're gonna throw it in there secretly.
At the end.
In the slurp. That's why slurping is incredibly important. Right, buddy?
Yep. So, by the way, still no apple taste. Zero apple taste.
Right.
But, of course, we've known that since 1965.
Right.
The fucking MIT guy, I don't even, did he even finish graduating MIT? Where he can't even make an apple cereal that tastes like apples?
Yeah, it's totally irrelevant. It's an irrelevant fact.
How hard is it to make something taste like apples? Although, there isn't any other cereal that tastes like apples either, so maybe it's difficult.
Maybe it is. I mean, we don't know.
I never tried to make anything taste like apples.
I would never bother.
Maybe I made an apple pie. It's possible.
I don't think so.
I didn't do that.
I mean, that's easy. You just put actual apples in it. I've done it. I made an apple pie.
You have?
Oh yeah, delicious ones.
I get the feeling that at some point in my life I made a loaf with some apple sauce in it.
Really?
I don't know why that would happen, but I feel like that's somewhere in the podcast.
God, I'd love to meet that version of you.
Yeah, he's long gone. Or if he
He's
existed.
gone. I'll never meet him.
How many bowls are we giving
I think I'm gonna give this a generous 3.
3. I'm also gonna give it a 3.
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
You could eat many bowls.
Yeah.
It's not too sweet. It has a lot of character.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't taste like apples. And only tastes like caramel when you're drinking the milk. And also, again, they have a little screamy, anxiety-riddled apple guy on the front, which I think makes perfect sense for 2020.
I kind of like that they're not putting this out right around Halloween because I usually am one of those people that is anti-buying caramel just because it's 'tis the season too.
Okay.
So I think maybe this is the only way I would buy it is right now in desperate COVID times.
There you go, everybody. That's this week's It's Caramel Apple. Until next week, don't forget to stay sweet and...
Stay crunchy.